All right. I guess now that we're recording, let me call the meeting of the Edmonton Metro Transit Services Commission Board meeting to order at 4:15. I'd like to remind everyone that we are now recording this meeting and it's being live streamed on YouTube for the public. Due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, board members are each in their respective homes and places of work for the duration of this recording. And hopefully this particular notice can be removed, although I suspect we'll always want to keep it around for meetings such as this. I'd like to thank all those who have joined us today and to the members of the public watching our live stream or later the recording of this meeting. As I start off every meeting, we'll start off this meeting with our land acknowledgement. So on behalf of the board, we would like to acknowledge the traditional land on which we are virtually gathered is Treaty 6 land. We'd like to thank the diverse Indigenous peoples whose ancestors' footsteps have marked this territory for centuries, such as the Cree, Dene, Saulteaux, Nakota Sioux, and Blackfoot peoples. We also acknowledge this as the Métis homeland and the home of the largest concentration of Inuit south of the 60th parallel. It is a welcoming place for all peoples who come from around the world to share the Edmonton metropolitan region as a home. Board members, we have our agenda before us, and there it is. We have a fairly concise meeting today, and so unless I hear anything to the contrary, I would like to entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Councillor Laurie. Using the raise the hand function, then I'll call the question. All in favor? And
affirmative from Stuart.
I'm sorry?
Affirmative from Stuart, virtually.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Thank you. Then that's unanimous. Thank you for that. And we'll move right along then into the meat of the meeting, and I'll turn the meeting over to you, Mr. Jankowski.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So before you today and attached in your package, you should have a request for a decision note pertaining to the very important work that that you authorized, you asked us to undertake, and that we've been preparing to undertake in order to carry out the detailed service planning and bottom-up costing comparison of what was in the original business case as the conceptual service plan, potential conceptual service plan for the commission, and what we may wish to bring forward and to recommend ultimately as the service elements for opening day service to reflect the various changes in both market characteristics and ridership and in costs from those elements that were in play back in 2019 versus where we are today.
Sorry, Mr. Jankowski, Paul, can I just do a sound check for everybody? Is everybody hearing Paul?
I am, but he was coming through quite echoey, so I was about to jump in too.
Yeah, something changed there, Paul.
He's got to shut off the his speaker on his iPad or his computer. That's why it's getting echo.
Leave it with you, Paul.
Let me see. Is that any better? No,
doesn't appear to be.
Okay.
It just sort of happened. You were coming through loud and clear, and then all of a sudden, think something happened.
Okay. I'm not sure what I can do about it because I don't think we changed anything. Let's see if this works.
Can you turn your volume down, Paul?
Does that sound any better? No way.
It's the little icon on the bottom right-hand corner of your computer that shows your speaker. If you just
I turned
mute
it
that. No, you got to
shut.
you got to mute it off.
Is that any better? No.
Anyway,
so that my speaker is right off.
I'm not sure it's anything on your end, Paul. If we're all concentrating, maybe we can catch it. I was thinking more on the terms of the YouTube. Might be difficult to hear.
Okay, can the board hear me now?
That's much better.
Is that better?
Yep.
Okay, we'll go with that. So thank you for highlighting that for me. I'm not sure what happened. What we wanted to bring forward today and what you should have in your package in terms of the decision note that was circulated prior to the meeting is a recommendation for moving forward with the very important detailed service planning and bottom-up costing analysis to compare what had been in place in the 2020 business cases and suggested as a conceptual service plan versus what we may be bringing forward later this year for the board's consideration and for recommendation to the board as potential opening day service plan elements reflecting the various changes that have taken place in the Edmonton metropolitan region over the course of the last 3 years. So reflecting the direction that you provided through the approval of the 2022 work plan elements, staff have moved forward with issuing a request for proposals to the industry to seek the key expertise required to do both the operational detailed service planning and the bottom-up costing. So two different elements of or two different areas of expertise married in one assignment. And I'm very happy to indicate that we did receive 3 proposals from the industry, which we have now evaluated with the assistance of City of Edmonton staff. And for that, I want to thank Councillor Knack and the City of Edmonton specifically, recognizing the unique interrelationship that is going to exist between the intermunicipal services that we're going to initiate on opening day and the remainder of the local service that is going to have to be delivered by the City of Edmonton within the City of Edmonton limits. It was important for us to engage the City of Edmonton service planning staff in the both the original preparation of the request for proposals as well as through the subsequent evaluation work. And I'm very appreciative of the administration, the Edmonton administration's assistance in that regard. We have reviewed the proposals. We have evaluated the proposals, and if I can just get the next slide up, we are at a point now where we are recommending that the assignment be awarded to a team led by WSP Canada Inc. On the next slide, we've got the specific reflection of WSP's proposal strengths. That the team that they have included in their proposal and identified as working on the commission's work reflects, first of all, continuity of much of the work that was carried out over the course of the previous 3 years through the preparation of the business case, and as well as through the earlier work that we engaged in with the administrations of the 8 municipalities in 2021. WSP was a key member of the earlier EY team and was involved in the subsequent review of the service planning objectives that we carried out under the board's direction in 2021. They have also brought to the table some new team members, particularly a firm titled Left Turn, Right Turn that will be if successful, that will be the service planning people, and they've brought forward specialized stakeholder engagement folks that will assist in managing the numerous discussions that will have to take place with the 8 member municipalities and beyond. The proposal reflects a strong regional transit operations expertise, and most importantly, WSP recognized in their proposal both the financial constraints that the commission is working with, as well as the very tight timelines that are required to deliver deliver this product in order to meet the overall objective of starting operations in early 2023. So moving on to the next slide, we've just got a very high level Gantt chart that reflects the proposed work, and I don't propose to go through this in detail, but the very first work that will be undertaken, provided that the board agrees and awards this project today, will be the project chartering exercise, where the team will be sitting down with the administrations of all 8 member municipalities and really refining this project scope and identifying the various dependencies on municipal staff, as well as the various workflows within the 8 member municipalities, to ensure that we can meet the end objective of bringing forward to the board the analysis, the data on which it will be based, as well as the processes that were used to develop that data by the end of June, in order to hopefully receive direction from the board on the opening day service elements and approval of the opening day service elements in either June or July. As I indicated earlier in some of the briefings of the board, all of the work that you see represented in chart form here today will also be complemented by our start of negotiations, our start of discussions with all 8 municipalities about potential transfer of the various service delivery mechanisms that are being used today to deliver transit. So we're not waiting for the results of the service planning to start that. That work of starting those discussions and getting into those discussions with the administrations of the 8 municipalities will be proceeding concurrently with the elements that are reflected on this Gantt chart. So that pretty much summarizes what we wanted to bring forward to the board for the board's consideration. It is our recommendation that the board approve the award of the assignment to WSP at a cost of approximately $325,000. And it through our evaluation, the WSP proposal continues to represent, and in our opinion, the best value for the money that is envisioned to be spent on this effort. And Mr. Chair, I know originally we had reserved the potential to go in camera if there is any desire to review or to discuss any of the scoring and so on. But I am quite able to also answer some questions relative to that in open session. There may not be a need to go in camera to discuss any of this, provided that the board is comfortable with our presentation.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you, Mr. Jankowski. Recognizing we have those
Mr.
motions
Chair,
available should we
no, I
need them.
can't hear you.
I'll turn to the board. Any questions for Mr. Jankowski related to the award of this contract to WSP and the dollars thereof? Now, if we get into scoring or the competitive nature of this competition, I'll entertain a going camera motion at that time. But in any case, any questions? Okay, Councillor Finstad, go ahead.
Thank you. Just one question. You mentioned a contract cost during your presentation just now, but the number that was in our material supplied was a little different. Can you just maybe just reaffirm what the cost actually is?
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, I became dyslexic for a minute, so I think I juxtaposed a couple of numbers. The total amount is $234,105.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for the clarity.
Thank you for the question, Councillor Finstad. Any other questions? All right, well, seeing none then, certainly entertain a motion, and we'll see it on the screen here shortly, to award the contract for professional services. Would considering the presentation by Mr. Jankowski and the information that's been provided, could I have some member of the board move this motion, please? Councillor Gronberg, go ahead. Read it into the record.
I move that the board approve the award of a professional services contract to WSP Canada Inc. for detailed regional transit services planning and bottom-up costing at a cost of $234,105 excluding GST.
Thank you very much, Councillor. Certainly accept the motion. Any comments on opening debate? Okay, any other board member choosing to debate the question? Seeing none, thank you, Councillor Gronberg for putting this forward. I'll call the question. All in favor, please using the raise the hand function. And Councillor Stuart Houston, can you see him?
Affirmative.
Affirmative, thank you very much. And that's approved unanimously. Thank you very much, everyone. Lo and behold, it's a wonderful motion that comes up, but I see two hands. Councillor Knack and Councillor Harris, any closing comments?
Motion to adjourn.
Perfect. Thank you, everybody. I know it was a short meeting, and thanks for being available on short notice for this. I truly appreciate it. Everybody have a great afternoon, and we'll chat again shortly, no doubt. Take care,
Thanks all.
everybody.
Take care.
All right, bye.